welcome back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. Thank you for your love, for your support. If you are new to the channel, you are highly and very welcome. If you have not subscribed, please, I would appreciate if you hit on the subscribe button and then hit on the bell also on the side to get an update whenever I upload a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to cut and sew a girl's frock dress, so you can just see the picture show to you on the thumbnail. That's what we're going to show today. So I have the materials I'm going to be making use of here. I have my tool material, so this is 2 yards of tool, and then I have a satin, a doll face. This is 1 yard, and then I have my lining piece, 1 yard, and then I have my strong net. So these are all of the materials I'm going to be using. So the first thing we're going to do now, we're going to cut out the top part. So I'll cut the top part with my lining before transferring to my main fabric. So I'll just fold it down and then show you how to cut it. It is a simple process. Okay, so I'm going to start making the dress now. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to measure the shoulder. So the shoulder I'm using, the shoulder measurement is 8 inches. So I'm just going to add 1 inch to it rather. So I folded into two. That's 5 inches. So from this point, I'm going to take out the armhole. So that's like my starting point. So I'm going to take out the armhole. So for the armhole, I'll just use 5 inches for the baby's armhole. I'll mark it like this. So because I'm going to make it like a sleeveless dress. So I'll mark the armhole. And then the bust measurement is 20. So you divide into 4. I have 5 inches. So I'm going to add, let's see, about 3 inches allowance to it. So I'll add it like this. So babies, they are always, their chest and their tummy, all of they just run parallel. So I'm just going to take the same measurement I have up there. I'll bring it to the down part of this dress. So I'll just mark it like this. So this is the back. I have a zip allowance, and then this is the front. So for the neckline, we're just going to add a simple round neckline to it. So that simple round neckline, I'm going to use about 2 inches wide. And then for the depth, it should not be too long. I'll use 1.5. So I'll mark it like this. And then for the back, I'll use half of an inch for the back depth. So I'm just going to mark, I'm going to cut, the back out like this first. And then I'll cut the front. I just want to check it. The truth is that this dress is for a little baby, a friend of mine. So I'll cut this out like this. And then the length, okay, I actually did not, the length for this, we're going to be making use of about 9 inches. So I'll just add 1 inch to it for stitching allowance. So I'll mark it like this, and then I'm going to cut this out. Okay, so we have the front part of our dress. So I'll just add little darts to it. I'll use 3 inches for our darts. I had to get a little baby's dress. So I'll just mark this. Just put a notch here. For those of you that have babies. Okay, so you can see how beautiful and cute it is looking. So the next thing, I'm going to transfer this on my fabric. That's the top part of my fabric. Okay, I finished cutting. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this to my machine now and join them together. So this is the front piece. This is the piece for the inside, and then this is the lining. So I'll join the lining together and then join the main fabric together also. I'll just join them on the side. So I'll join this here. I'll join it on the shoulder because I'm doing an inseam for the top. I'll join the shoulder, and then join side, and then join side. So I'll just use 1 inch to stitch them. So this front and back also, I'll do the same thing, just like I explained on the lining also for that. And then I'll bring them back and show you. Okay, so you can see I finished stitching it. So I joined them on the side, like I explained to you. And then this is the lining. I joined it separately also. So the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to join the lining and the fabric together. So you are going to turn them right side, facing right side like this. So this is the right side. Just make sure you just place them like this, inside like this. Just make sure that the shoulder part, this is the right side. Make sure that the shoulder part is on it. The neckline aligns. So what I'm going to do now, just take this back to my machine, and then I will sew on the neckline round. And then since it is a sleeveless one, I will sew the armhole, and then I will sew this armhole also, and then I will turn it and iron it out. So that's what I'll go and do. So before then, this is my tool. So I'm going to cut it. So like I said, I'm using 12 yards. Sorry, I'm using 2 yards. So I folded it at 12 inches. So this is four. I folded it into 4 pieces. So I'm going to cut it into four. So after cutting it into four, what I'm going to do, I'll join them on the side. That's I'll join two together. So that's what I'm going to do. So I just use the whole entire length. So the next thing I'll just divide them into two. I'll take these two pieces, I'll join them on the side. I'll join them on the side like this, and then I'll have a very long strap, and then I'll run a running stitch on it so I can pull them together. So that's what I'll go and do now, and then I'll bring it back and show you how it will look like. Okay, so you can see my tool after I'm drawing the gather. So I have two pieces. So what I'm going to do now with these two pieces, I don't want to cut out these threads yet. I'll place them on top of each other like this. So you can see how full it is looking. I'll place them on top of each other like this, and then I'll secure them together. So both of them, they are the same step, but this actually helps to give it one kind of fullness instead of doing it as one. So you can see. So I'll stitch it together on top, and then I'll place on the side. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut out a flay with this. So I'll use the waist measurement to cut out the flay. I'm just going to fold my fabric. So I'm cutting since my tool I'm using about 10 inches. You know, I made it 12. So this flay now, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it at about 8 inches. So I'll just use my waist measurement round. So I'll measure what I have here, and then I'll use it to cut. So I have about 25 here. So that 25, I'm just going to divide it into four now. So you can use your normal peplum formula also to actually do this. So I'll just mark it like that. I'll measure. to make sure that I have my 8 inches. So I have about 9 inches here. So I'm going to use, I'll just mark it round like that. So you can see what I have here now. So I'm going to open this up. I'll lay my tool on top of it. So this is the right side. So I'm just going to lay the tool. That's the waist of my tool. Just the way I explained it now. You can join both of them together before doing that. So I'll go and do that, and then I'll bring it back and show you. I'll just lay them and then stitch it around the waist. Okay, so I have finished joining my tool, so you can see how it looks like. So I just stitch the three pieces together. So and then after stitching, so you can see how it looks like. It really looks good, and you can see it really looks full. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I cut out a piece of fabric, so I'm just going to use it to put like a band here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up this part a little bit. It's just a, I just cut out a piece of about 2.5 inches. So I'm going to place it here. So I folded it into two. I'm going to place it here. Just stitch it down here. And then I made belts, just pieces. I just cut my satin and then I sewed and turned. So this is about 21.5 inches. So this piece, I'm going to place it like this here, and then I'm going to join them back. So I'll just place this here and then place the other one also like this, and then I'm going to secure it down. So if you notice, this is just a normal piece. I just folded into two and just ironed it down, so nothing much. So I'm just going to secure this with the belt, or secure it on the side, and then secure the second belt also, this other belt also. And I'll open here and then place it inside, and then I'll stitch them together. So after stitching them together, I'm left with this. So I'll do that and then I'll bring it back and show you how it will look like before we join this down to the other part. Okay, so you can see we are almost done with our dress. So the only thing that is remaining now, so you can see what I was trying to explain. So you can see I've added this one just like I explained to you. So you see the inside, I've added it, and then see the belt. So I'll just put them like this. The next thing is just for me to take the center of my piece, and then I'll go and add this together like this. So you can see how beautiful the dress is looking, right? So I'll join this, and then I'll fix the zip and then bring it back for you to see the final look. It really looks cute. Okay, so at the end of the day, you can see how our baby dress looks like. So it really came out fine. It came out fine. So at the end, I just made a little bow and decided, because this place was looking too plain. So I just made a bow and attached it. And then I fixed the zip at the back. So you can see how it is looking. So thank you so much. If you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.